Hi friends, welcome back to Ryan's Routing Table. My name is Ryan, and today we've got a little something special for you. So I've discovered, due to the wonders of GitHub, a little attachment that you can add into Packet Tracer to allow Claude or another AI agent of your choice to build Packet Tracer networks for you. So I'm going to show you how I got it set up. I mean, this is going to be a Mac OS specific build just because I'm running it on a MacBook Air with the current Apple Silicon. So your mileage may vary, but at least I'm hoping this can get you started on it. So without further ado, let's jump right into this thing. Look, Mom, no hands, right? Like I am not touching anything, and Claude is literally building my network for me right now. This is so freaking cool, guys. It's really mind-blowing. It can really save you a lot of time. I love using this, especially for troubleshooting. I find it really difficult to build out a network for me to troubleshoot when I know what the problem is. Like I can't really troubleshoot something if I broke it in the first place. I kind of know what the problem is. But this way, you can really flip that script and just tell it, hey, build me, a 3-router network using OSPF and add in some misconfigurations. And then, like a true network engineer, you can go in and try to troubleshoot and find the issues yourself. So that way you're actually learning and you're utilizing this as a really exciting tool. So let's dive into how to do this. How do you set this up yourself? I'm really excited. Let's get into it. As a quick side note, this all works because everything's running locally on your own machine. You need to be utilizing the desktop version of Claude or using Claude Code to make this work because the program that you're setting up is an MCP that runs directly on the loopback address of your own computer. So you can't use the web interface for any of your AI agents if you want this to work. You got to make sure that you're set up on your own machine. So you want to start with the prerequisites check. Before we get to actually installing the MCP, you want to make sure that you have these programs installed on your Mac. So open up a terminal. We're going to start by running brew -- version to check which version of Homebrew we're running. So I'm running Homebrew 6.8. The second one you want to run is Python 3 -- version. Okay, so I'm running 3.14.6. That's good. And then you can also run npm -- version to see, all right, I am running 11.18.0. So if any of these come back as command not found, that's totally normal. That just means we need to go ahead and install them. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had to install all of these on my computer, so it's not unusual at all. So if brew version didn't turn out anything, then you want to go ahead and start by installing the Apple command line developer tools. You can do that by, in the terminal, typing xcode -select and then -- install. It's going to tell me that I already have it installed, obviously, but for you, it'll install Xcode, which is the first step, and then you want to install Homebrew itself. So go ahead and you're going to want to type. By the way, I will have all these commands linked to my GitHub and in the comments below, so you won't have to worry about typing all this out. You can just follow along and paste the codes in yourself. Make it much easier. But you're going to want to type this. That will install Homebrew for you. It'll ask for your Mac password. Go ahead and type it. You won't see any characters appear. That's normal. And then if you're on Apple Silicon Mac, it's also going to ask you to run 2 more lines afterwards to add Homebrew to your path. Those are, and you just want to run those as well. So then to confirm that works, you want to type brew -- version and run that again. And then you should see Homebrew and whatever version is current. Next, we want to install Python. The project requires Python 3.11 or newer. So for that, you just want to type brew install Python 3 and hit enter. Then it's going to run. It's going to run an update for me. It'll install for you. This is totally normal, and actually, it does have to update for me, which is great. Next step isn't 100% required. It depends if you want to use Claude Code or if you want to use Claude Desktop. If you're using Claude Code, you do need to install Node, which we'll go ahead and do right now. If you're just going to use Claude Desktop, then you don't actually have to. But I went ahead and did this, so I'll just show you. You want to make sure that you have Node installed, so go ahead and install brew install Node and hit enter. And one more thing I almost forgot, actually, is that you want to make sure you have Git installed as well. So you can do the same thing just by typing git -- version to make sure that you have Git on your system as well, because that's what we're going to use to actually install this thing. So to start, with the actual MCP server, you want to go ahead and copy these commands over and hit paste. So essentially what we've got here is, first line is just cloning the repository from GitHub itself. Next is changing directories for it. And then you're creating a Python virtual environment here. I'll get into why in just a second. And then down here, you're basically just installing it with Python. So this little virtual environment thing here is really important if you're doing this on the modern Mac OS, because if you don't do this, the pip install won't actually work. Modern Mac OS will throw an error. Essentially, it's Apple protecting its system Python from getting messed with. The virtual environment sidesteps it completely, and that's what you have to do to get this running. The second issue I had, and this one's a little bit sneakier, is that even after a clean install inside the virtual environment, pip will tell you that it succeeded, but the tool still won't actually run. So let's talk about that. So the next step is to run this Python command, and what will likely happen is you'll get an error that says, no module named Packet Tracer MCP, even though pip just told you the install worked. The issue here is a packaging bug in the project itself. It's not something that you did wrong. I confirm this by checking whether the code works when Python's told exactly where to look. I did that by running this command. And the fact that it says OK means that it's just basically a wiring issue in how the package itself installs. So the fix is to run a tiny little wrapper script that sets the path automatically every time, so you never have to think about it again. So the script here, the script which you can copy from the notes below, is going to look like this. So once you run that script, you can test to make sure that it actually worked by simply running this command. And if you hit enter, nothing should happen. This is actually a good sign. It kind of seems counterintuitive, right? But the fact that nothing is happening means that it's quietly listening instead of throwing up an error. So that's actually a success. And because it's a server, so it's just waiting. So you just want to hit Control-C to stop it. And then it's going to spit out a bunch of this stuff. You can ignore it. So let's make sure that it's all hooked up. So you've got two options. You can pick whichever one you want. And you could even do both if you really want to. So option A is to use Claude Code. This is what I ended up doing. So the following, to use Claude Code, you're going to want to run this command here, but you want to replace the full path to section with the actual working directory of your files. You can run just pwd, print working directory, for those that are uninitiated, to see exactly where you are and just replace those lines to make sure that it's actually pointing to the right directory. Once you've done that, you want to make sure that Claude can actually see the MCP. So you just run this command here, Claude MCP list, and it will check. Okay, so you see it says there it's connected, check mark, we're beautiful. The other option you have is to use Claude Desktop. If you'd rather use Claude Desktop, you just have to open its config file, just add in this code right here, save it, and then fully restart Claude. You should be all good. So we're almost near the end here. For the last piece, you want to make sure that this is actually installed within Packet Tracer itself. So you want to go to the GitHub releases page, you scroll down to the very bottom, and you want to download this .pts file here. Once you have that, you want to go into Packet Tracer, go to extensions at the top here, go into scripting, configure PT script modules. You want to add a new one here, and then just go ahead and navigate to wherever you downloaded the file. Go ahead and open it. So from now on, that's a one-time thing. So if you want to open the MCP, you go into extensions, just click MCP Builder, and that will pull up a window, which is in the other screen here. That'll pull up this here, and it should automatically connect if you have Claude open. So it'll say, PT connected here in the corner. And this is all you need. This is what allows you to build topologies within Claude. So just a quick tip here. I've seen people report that Packet Tracer will sometimes run sluggishly if you have the MCP Builder window behind Packet Tracer. But to fix this, all you got to do is just minimize the window. I don't know why this happens. I haven't experienced this myself, but it just seems to be an issue that other people have. So just so you know, to avoid that, it should fix any rendering hiccups. The moment of truth, guys. Let's make sure this actually works. I'm going to go ahead and open up a new document here. I will not save that. Let's pull this here, and let's ask it to build me something. So let's say build a 3 router OSPF topology with a couple of realistic misconfigurations for me to troubleshoot. And don't tell me, oh my gosh, I cannot type. Don't tell me what they are.
1 hour later.
All right, and there it is, y'all. It is working, happening all on its own. Device is dropping in, cables are being connected. It was a bit of a journey to get this all set up, but then once you do, you can do more of the fun part, which is diving into the command line, running some show commands, diagnosing issues, and troubleshooting, and seeing what's going on with this network. So that's the full setup, guys. To recap what we covered, Homebrew, Python, and Node are prerequisites, as well as Git. Cloning and installing the MCP server in a virtual environment, working around that editable install bug with a small wrapper script, connect it to Cloud Code or a desktop, and installing the Packet Tracer extension. It's a bit of a process, but it's well worth it in the end if you can get it running. I want to give a huge shout out to Mats2208 on GitHub for creating this project. I mean, it's so cool. Please go to their page, give their project a star, leave some comments, share this with other people. If you made it to the end of this video and you just think this is a lot, I do have another option for you. It might be a little bit simpler, a little more hands-on, but you can still utilize AI to create networks for you. I'll make another video about that. And I will do another troubleshoot with me and Mochi video. I'll bring Mochi in next time. And I will actually troubleshoot this network that Claude just built for me, because I have no idea what's wrong with it. So we can find that out together. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, give me a subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you want to see in the future. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video.